Yeah, man. My name's Austin. I am a vocalist in a band called The Undertaking. We're from San Diego, California. We call ourselves chaotic rock and roll. We're all a little bit older, and we kind of decided, hey, we want to kind of play the music that we grew up listening to. So that's what you get when you turn on The Undertaking. One of the things that I'm always trying to remember as a vocal performer is I'm not ever trying to replicate what somebody else is doing.
Yes.
Because then I'm either going to be like a cheap copy of it, a worse copy of it, or just trying to like obtain a sound that isn't something of my own. But it's something that like I can do, and I feel confident that it's something like maybe not only I can do it, but it's something that's my own sound. And I'm not trying to like be Keith Buckley from Every Time I Die, because I can't do that like as well as he does. I can't make the low end deathcore growl. Like there's just different stuff that I can't do. Granted, I'm always trying to kind of expand my palette of what I'm trying to do, but I think just staying within my comfort zone and doing kind of something that's very unique to me has been really fun, especially with some of the newer stuff. Our whole thing, man, is like, let's have fun. So we're in our mid 30s. This band's only existed in this iteration for like 4 years. I got 3 kids at home. I got a full-time job. We all have jobs and different stuff. And so even our practices, like we are rocking and moving like that at our practice, because we're like, hey, this is our one night of the week to just like let everything go. And so that's why we can do it live, is because once a week, just going as hard as we can 2 or 3 times. Like we'll run our set like 2 or 3 times, knowing that, hey, if we can do it 3 times in our practice space, like we can do it one time. We just want people to like lose their mind for just a couple minutes while we play. Don't do this, please. Nobody do this, but like go listen to our original EP. We were just listening to it the other day, and it just sounds so bad.
Okay.
Like it's so fascinating to kind of just see the progression of all of us as writers, but then even just critically myself, like as a vocalist, I'm like, oh my God, like I'm going to remove this from Spotify eventually. Like this like can't be there, but it's also a reminder for us of where we came from. There are so many times as an artist, and I say that tongue in cheek a little bit, as an artist, as a musician, somebody in a band, that I'm just like, yeah, I'm done. I'm going to quit. Yeah. Like, we're not good. It's the imposter syndrome stuff too. So we have like a couple through lines of different things that we try to keep in place for The Undertaking. And one of them is that nothing is precious. And so there's never an idea that is either too good or too bad. Like if a song is not quite hitting, we can throw it out. Yeah. If a song is done and we're happy with it, like, hey, let's just release it. Like, let's just kind of move on. And it's a freeing concept that we live by, that kind of allows us to be okay that like a song will never be fully completed, and at some point we do have to move on from it, because we will like nitpick a song to like high hell. That's going to be the thing that always will slow me down as a human, is my insecurities. Like, and that's something I fight every day. Ed Sheeran said on a documentary or something that when you're songwriting, that you need to just turn on the faucet, and sometimes the faucet is just crap water, brown, stinky, but then eventually it's going to just kind of clear out, and maybe then at the end of the day you'll find something. And so the idea is just that you got to let the faucet run, and if you turn it off right away when a song is like not hitting the stride or whatever, like you might just get stuck there. And so it's the idea of just like, hey, write that song, get it out of your brain, and that'll maybe inspire you to another idea. I think my biggest takeaway is just, you got to do it for you. My music and the stuff that we do is one of the most selfish things that I do in my daily life, because this is something that like is very much just for me. There's so many reasons not to do something. You got to kind of fight for some of that stuff. And so tying into creating music, like at some point you just got to kind of put your head down and do it. this is some of the most fulfilled that I've been in my
Mhm.
life, because I'm actively creating and pouring my like soul into something. And I don't know, it's really fun. That's a lame thing to say, but I wish somebody at some point earlier in my life would have just been like, dude, just do this thing. Like, this is important to you. So I think for a young artist or whatever you'd want to classify it, it's just like, there's like no reason you shouldn't just go and start doing this thing. Like, start
Mhm.
playing shows, start like honing your craft and like just pushing yourself. Anytime I step into a vocal booth to record, I'm like trying to push myself and like be better and do something that's different and challenging. And through that, I'm like pushing myself and like, oh, I don't think I can do this thing. And then you do it and you're like, yeah.